Happy Monday morning, folks. Colton Woods here with your Monday morning motivation, and we're happy to be tuning in with you guys from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, as we're finishing up a great clinic here in South Carolina. And this morning, when it starts your weeks off right with a fantastic topic about focus, feelings, and our reality. All right. So throughout our days and with our horses, remember this is the Monday morning motivation for the equestrian rider, and so all of our Monday morning motivations are going to be catered to the equestrian to make sure it's all applicable throughout your everyday life and your horsemanship. And so, guys, every day throughout our lives, whether it's with our family, our friends, our jobs, our horses, we are focused. Focus is a primary key. It can be on so much, from what you're going to cook for dinner to making a job change to what our focus is on, both our horses on the groundwork or under saddle. And so we have so much that we must focus on throughout the everyday life, and then the weeks, and then we look at our future goals. So our focus is a central hub, and I'm going to tie in perspective to the focus. All right, that's where this is going to start, is with whatever you're focused on and your perspective on what you're focused on, okay? Because what's going to transpire from your focus and your perspective is how you feel about that situation, okay? So you might be focused on your horse and you're focused on working on helping your horse relax or helping your horse become more willing to go through and do a particular maneuver. Whatever the case may be, you're focused on that horse, and your perspective on the situation and how you're going to handle that situation is going to transpire your feelings about that situation. So you're going to feel a certain way. Maybe you feel confident. Maybe you feel upset or sad. Maybe you feel frustrated. Maybe you feel uncertain. You're not so confident about how you're going to navigate the situation. Okay, so whatever you're focused on is extremely important, because whatever you're focused on and the perspective in that moment is going to transpire your feelings, and you're going to have those feelings surrounded by whatever you're focused on. And what those feelings are going to become is your reality, okay? So we can't necessarily control our feelings, but we can control the situation, and we can control our focus, and we can control our perspective. And if we can control our focus and perspective, then we can change the way we feel about the situation, which means we can change the reality of our everyday lives. Okay, let me say that again. We can't necessarily always control our feelings, because those are more reactions to situations, right? Our feelings about something are it's just how we're wired. And a lot of times we see people go through panic attacks, or break down and cry, or they get super joyous and laughter, right? Those are feelings, those are reactions to what we're focused on. And let me break this down. So maybe we're the only kind of creatures on the planet that can change our feelings on a dime, right? Someone cuts you off in traffic. We could go from singing our favorite song to cussing mad at the guy, and then because our focus changed, right? Our focus went from the song to the guy cutting us off, back to the song, and our feelings change that fast, and our reality changes that fast. The same thing happens in our everyday lives, like that situation. The same things happens with our horses, right? We could be having a fine ride, horse spooks at a cat that jumps out of a bush, and we could go from happy and joking with our friends to really tied up scared and upset and mad, back to working through it within a few minutes and being happy again. And that's because our feelings are the result of what we're focused on, and then the feelings become our reality. So how do we make sure that this is a healthy chain of events? Is that we have to pay attention to what we're focused on. So with our horses, it comes down to our horses want to prove us right. So we need to be focused on what we want them to do, what we'd like to do down the road with our goals. We're not focused on what we don't want them to do, because we always joke that they don't hear, don't do this, no, don't do that. They don't hear the no before that. They just hear what the word was. Don't spook at that tree. They just heard spook at the tree. They don't hear don't spook at the tree. They don't hear don't stand still at the mountain. They just hear, they're going to hear, we would like them to hear stand still at the mounting block. But a lot of times they want to prove us right. So our focus, I encourage people, you're going to put the same amount of effort out anyway with your horses. So focus on what you want them to do, right? Your focus will change everything, because what you focus on becomes how you feel about the situation, and those feelings then transpire your reality. So as you guys go throughout your week this week, I want you guys to build self-awareness on what you're focusing on. Pay very much attention to what you're focused on and how you're focusing on that, your perspective on what you're focusing on. Are you a glass half empty or are you glass half full? Because I'd encourage you to guys go with glass half full. Life's too short to be looking at the empty side. Be thankful for what it is, right? So as you guys go out throughout your week, pay attention to every situation at work, at home, with your horses, with your dog, with your kids, with your friends, whatever the situation may be. Pay attention to what you're focused on. Then check yourself. How do you feel about that situation? Do you feel like you're in a good spot? Are you optimistic? Are you happy about it? Oh, maybe I'm a little negative. I'm a little sluggish about that. Well, let's go back to the focus and check in on our focus. Okay, we've kind of adjusted our focus a little bit. My perspective was a little off, so we adjust there and we go back. How do we feel about it? Oh, I feel pretty good about that. So how does that transform your reality? It changes everything. The whole dynamic changes. And this, guys, I really hope that you guys take this to heart this week. This is absolutely one of my favorite Monday morning motivations we've done for you guys. We're happy to be sending it in your inbox. I encourage you guys, if you found this insightful, please pass this along to your friends and your family. I want to make sure that this touches the lives of so many people. So we appreciate you guys being along for the journey. We hope you guys have an absolutely blessed week. I hope you guys had great, safe travels this last Memorial Day weekend, and that all your horse ventures and stuff for you got excited for the rest of the summer. We wish you guys the best of travels. Be safe out there. We look forward to riding with you guys soon. And Colton Woods with Colton Woods Horsemanship, bringing your Monday morning motivation for the equestrian rider. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Y'all have a blessed week.